picture of just painting this, you know, soft life, when really life is hard. Hey mates, welcome back to another video. I am Akida for those of you who are new here, and today is going to be a mid-year reset, or really just my 90-day since jumping into entrepreneurship and content creation and consultations now, and just kind of talk through what that looks like, because you know my goal was to take you through my journey, and I feel like I really haven't taken you guys through a journey. So let's just kind of rewind on what's all been transpiring and just take it from here. So I'm headed into Panera right now because I really need to put my head down and focus and get a lot of stuff done, and I just couldn't do it inside of the house, so I just needed to kind of get my stuff together, put on some clothes, and you know, just be around other productive people and grab a snack or something to drink and just go from there. So let's do that. Let's get some work done. I need to set up what's called Notion. I don't know if any of you guys have heard of Notion. So that's something that I want to kind of set up today, and then we can just catch up from there. So come on.
I see miserable people doing things they hate just to fit in. I know it's easier to get along peacefully, but have you ever thought about you? Don't know why I keep on doing what I'm told to do, when the rules are made up by someone we never knew. Baby, wipe your tears and hear me out. We don't need someone to feel alright. Let's do the streets on a Monday. Let's call your exes and tell them they can join us too. Why always worry about money when you can get rich by trying to see the outside?
Okay, so I am currently back. I just spent a good couple of hours, maybe about, wait, they close at 8:30 now. I got there at about 4ish. So you know, I just needed to just have a day, like I said, to just put my head down and just focus. And I really have been sleeping on Panera. And when I was sick with COVID, my esthetician Carol from Sugar and Skin Spa, she does my sugaring, she gave me a gift card to use at Panera. And now that I'm feeling better and having more of an appetite, I decided to go ahead and go and cash in on that. She gave me plenty of money to work with, so I will be making more trips to Panera. But it was just the perfect setup. I had, you know, one of the 4 top tables, you know, I ate, I already had my dinner. I mean, it was a vibe. I got right by the plug, no one was bothering me. It was just, I need to go back to Panera. But nonetheless, I guess really to just start, I didn't want to make this video very curated because, you know, there's no point. Let's just start from here where we are, and then we can continue the journey from here. So since my last day at my previous employer, which was February the 22nd, it's now currently June 1st. And so it's been a little over 90 days, and I can definitely say it's been a roller coaster. And the reason why it's been a roller coaster is because I felt like I was so anxious to just jump right on into it and just go on in, and I didn't really have all of the plans lined up. And since I didn't have all of the plans lined up, like I didn't have a schedule, I then picked up another business, which is doing career consultations and strategies, which I'm actually loving doing those, which has been a great thing. That has been the most positive part of it. But I also feel like I really needed just a break. Like I was fighting against the break that I just needed. So I still struggled with staying consistent. I just felt like that discipline muscle that really needed to just kick in on days that I didn't want to perform or show up on camera just never quite kicked in for me. And I feel like because I just needed to take this break, like I needed to have like a maternity leave or without the baby, or a short-term disability or a long-term disability, or whatever it is. So I do want to encourage you all, and not everyone, you know, anyone who feels like they're just in a space where they just need a break. Like if you can just take, you know, use your FMLA if you're eligible, your Family Medical Leave Act, which has you eligible to be able to take breaks of different stints of time and still keep your job. So if you feel like that's what you need to do, then do that. I do feel like I want to, you know, hang out here in the entrepreneurship lane before I make a decision about going back into corporate or not, because again, I would hate to go back into the workforce if that's what I choose to do and not feel like I really have my head in the game, and not feel like I am able to give my all without distractions, or just able to just want and have the will to be there. So I don't want to shortchange myself or an organization by not bringing my best self. And that's what I do pride myself is being able to show up, contribute, deliver at the best scale possible. I'm just trying to think of what else has happened. I've taken the time to travel. I have gone to Cancun. I went to, where'd I go? I've been back and forth to Atlanta a couple times. You guys know that's home for me. So, you know, I love that I've been able to go home more. And one of my goals this year is just to be very intentional with the relationships that are in my life, my family, my friends, just really pouring into those relationships and being intentional about the time that's spent. That's just been key for me. Another thing that I've been doing is, speaking of traveling, so I said I went to Cancun. I went to, I'm almost forgetting where else I've been, but I feel like I've been all over the place. I went to Preakness, the Derby in Baltimore, Maryland. I went to Preakness. That was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. As far as content and working with brands and sponsorships, things like that, it's been slow. I'm not gonna lie. I know that I was coming in first quarter, and a lot of people say that first quarter is slow, especially coming out of Q4. So I do see now, towards the end of May, that the inbound messages for brands that want to work with me is starting to really pick up. But before, it was very slow, and I got a little nervous because I really thought that, you know, it was going to just take off in that arena, but it didn't. And like I said, just kind of talking to those who are vets in the game, talking to Janae and others, that, you know, Q1 is just, you know, a little bit of a slower time. Ashley from Head to Curve told me the same thing, and just to give myself grace and patience. Another thing that has taken place, I mentioned here as well, is that I was getting sick. Like I just kind of kept getting sick. Like I would get this random like sinus infection, and every time I got sick, it wasn't like, oh, I got a little sniffle. I was just breaking down. Like I would just, from day to day, I would just wake up and have like a fever that couldn't break, and just chills, and just like, it was unexplainable. And then getting the results that I had COVID, that definitely took me down and just kind of took me a minute to get my strength back. The symptoms were pretty good. It's COVID. But I would say that the symptoms weren't as bad. Like, I wasn't hospitalized, but I did have a fever for about 3 or 4 days. I just could not break. So of course that left me very fatigued. The very beginning of it started with a cough, and the next day it was full blown. I was, you know, in the bed with body aches, just chills, like I said, a high fever, and just very, very lethargic. So that was the first day symptoms. And then since then, I said I was sick consistently in the bed for about a week, and then after that it just kind of seemed to be like remnants of like getting all the gook out of my chest, which I think I'm done with that now. It's been a couple weeks now, so I'm done with the phase where I needed to get all the remnants out. But I've just been wanting to make sure that going into this next half of the year that I do need to focus on my health, and I need to prioritize that, and rebuilding my immune system, drinking more water, stop trying to play around and eating junk, reducing my sugar intake. I also have reduced my coffee significantly, meaning like, so every day I would have a cup of coffee, and it would either be a half a cup or a full cup. That's it. I don't drink 2 and 3 cups of coffee a day. It was half a cup or a full cup that I would drink every day. Now I'm down to maybe 1 cup a week. I've gone even a couple of weeks without coffee, and I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but since getting sick, of course, I've lost some weight, and then I also have noticed just I do have a natural energy that now I can calibrate. Like, I know, like, when I'm tired, I'm gonna go ahead and go to bed. Like, I am getting in the bed. There's no up till 11, 12, 1. No, Akida gets in the bed. I don't hesitate. I don't waste any time. And so, like I said, without the high or the jitters or the up and downs of the coffee, the caffeine from that, my body has a nice natural cadence that it wakes up and gets tired. Now I can know what that pattern looks like. I don't feel like I need to constantly stimulate myself. So I have been drinking a lot more tea. And like I said, just kind of wanting to really prioritize my health. And so I will be getting active, getting back into the gym. And I'm really looking forward to it. I used to really actually enjoy working out, and just stopped, got lazy, and then my metabolism went down, going against PCOS. I just wasn't helping myself help me, help me. I wasn't doing it. I wasn't helping me. So that's important for me, and is a goal that I'm going to really take with me into the new year. Also as well, I felt like one thing I did mention prior to going here that I wanted to do was set up some type of dashboard or organization system, which I'll be using Notion, and got some templates online. So if you're interested in the templates that I have used or that I just downloaded recently, meaning today, just let me know. I'll leave it down below for you. I'll send it to you. But I really feel like what I've been missing is that I've gotten very comfortable and sedentary just by being at home. I'm not an early riser. Like, I get up early in the morning, but I'm not motivated to work. So now that I'm realizing that I am actually better at night. Like, I feel like I'm a nocturnal person, like I'm a vampire or something. But it's like anything after 2 o'clock, I'm the most productive. Like, of course I can perform in the morning, but I am my best after 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And that's when I'm like, oh, wow, good morning. Now let's get some work done. So with that being so, and with me recognizing that, I don't fight it anymore. So that's why I came to, like I said, Panera so late in the day, because that's when I felt alert, and I really was able to maximize my time in 4 hours. And so another thing I've been doing is, let's see, I mentioned the consultations. They've been going really, really well, and I'm just So please, because I didn't start doing consultations, so I was asked by you guys to do them. So that's been great. And very pleased that I did listen to my community, because of course it's been another stream of income, and then all of the reviews have been stellar. So just good to know that I'm on the right track and I'm doing the right thing and it's purposed and it's aligned. So, and I'm offering value. So that's a great thing. And so another thing that I've learned is that I am going to continue going to therapy, and it's been one of the best things that I could have done for myself. And the one thing that sticks out to me, which I learned very early on, which is a very simple thing that we probably all have heard, is nothing changes if nothing changes, you know? And with that, it's always been something that kind of comes back around in any parts of just my life and journey through therapy, is that there are so many things that I have had to unlearn. I'm also learning why I think the way I think, certain traumas that have caused me to move the way I do, or want to I'm not really sure the right words for this, but you know, past traumas, past things that are negative. My goal in life has been to just turn those things into positive experience and almost like eliminate negative things from happening in my life. And by doing that, I haven't always been true to myself and true to others, because I had this picture of just painting this, you know, soft life, when really life is hard. Life is hard, and the best thing that you can do is be honest with yourself. Be honest and true to what feels right. Be honest and true to the relationships that you have in your life, and that's across the board, not like your spouse, but definitely your just people that you're interacting with. You know, just being humble and being open to feedback, being open to understanding the trends, being open to I don't know, just even the way I think about money looks different, why I look and view money the way I do, what my goals are for Akida, and just being able to think about Akida and just really have the mirror pointed in my face without the distraction or noise of friends or family, which I typically am a very public private person. And so what I mean by that is I am very public. Like, I share it with you guys, things going on, and there's not a lot of, you know, things I don't share with you guys. But I say it to say, like, when I'm really going through hard times or going through difficult things or sad times in my life, I turtle up, you know, and I kind of clam up, and I go into this shell for myself. And I'm sorry, I was looking for my phone. So when I do that, you know, I don't allow, you know, I just kind of keep going on with this facade of everything's okay, everything's fine, everything's wonderful, the birds are chirping, and really I'm not. But now that I have the support of therapy, I also am not giving advice or suggestions or, girl, what I would do is, you know, because again, what people would do isn't necessarily what they would do, you know? So I always want to be mindful of where I get my advice from and how much noise that I receive, because again, I don't want my voice to get lost with like, yeah, I should do that, and then I'm stuck with resentment because I made a decision because of what someone else told me to do. So I really am working on being very cognizant of what I feed myself and what I allow people to say to me, or what I retain. You know, taking more things as a grain of salt. And with that, I also I've also learned to be very present, and very present with, you know, if I feel like getting up and just be like, I don't know, I can't even think of anything at the current moment, but you know, one thing that my therapist said is that I have gotten to a place where I'm no longer overthinking things, and also very healthily not underthinking things. So just in a very balanced present time of life. And a few things have transpired over this month, which are, you know, I won't share everything, but you know, throughout this month is just really has been an awakening for me. And so I'm looking forward to this journey, to just embrace the change and embrace the transitions and embrace new people and new experiences and new opportunities in this transition. You know, I'm really looking forward to it. Like, I'm not bitter, upset, sad about it, and I was, because everything felt uncomfortable. But again, going back to what my therapist said, nothing changes if nothing changes. It doesn't. So even when I'm scheduling my day of entrepreneurship and creating content, you know, if I don't create a schedule, if I don't start exercising some discipline, I won't ever be consistent. If I want to, you know, get my health in better shape, but I don't take my vitamins, or I won't go to the gym, then nothing will change. I will not be a better version of myself. My clothes won't fit good. I won't, you know, have a great heart rate, or my stress levels will continuously be high, you know. So just really exercising, you know, thinking of the thing, nothing changes if nothing changes, and moving and acting. And sometimes God tells us what to do all the time. One thing I shared with you all is that my goal for the month of May was to increase my prayer life. That's the one goal I wrote down, and I don't know why I felt led, but I feel like that was also the turn of me being like, you know, I really want to shed a version of me, because I felt like there's still a part of me that still is left to shine and still is left to glow. But I still had to detach myself from mindsets and thoughts and even things that I was doing wrong, manipulating myself. That was self-sabotaging, not manipulation, but self-sabotaging to myself, that I had to just unlearn and face head on. So, you know, I just wanted to just take this time, like I said, to just be transparent and really just say where I am. You know, I wanted to really come back in 90 days and say, you know, here's where I'm at, and I've got all this money coming and all these brands. No, I'm not going to come here and just lie to you guys. So, you know, I just wanted to be realistic of where I really am. And as I said as well, this is a journey, and I don't have all of the answers, but I do want to continue taking you guys on the journey with me, you know. And I feel like this is a good time to just reset. And just now I feel like my vlogs will be more journey based, because again, I was able to just sit down, create a schedule for myself, know what I'm doing, taking action. And I think, again, just as I'm exercising more discipline, as I'm doing a lot of self-reflection, you know, I'm just going to come out at the end of the year so proud of Akida, and so happy for Akida, and so happy that I feel like my 11-year-old self will just be so proud of me, you know. So thank you all for listening. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. And again, I will have more content on the way, more travel content, more journey content, more career content. And I just thank you for your support. Thank you for sharing my videos. Thank you for liking my videos. Thank you for commenting. Even if I don't get to all of them, I see them all, and you have no idea how much you all touch me and encourage me. That really helps me get out of that, sometimes the imposter syndrome, that sometimes I'm just like, no one cares if I just disappear for a month or so, you know. And that kind of, you know, I tell myself that, so I just kind of like you know, slide out of the social media scene, because, you know, sometimes, like I said, I get imposter syndrome. I think anyone doesn't care, man, and I'm like, well, they're not checking for me, so it's all good, you know. So I am here for a reason. I am destined for this. I am purposed for this, and there is a calling on my life that's very big, but I need to truly walk in my authentic self, and I'm looking forward to doing that. So see you in the next video. Peace out.